Hi, today I plan to present this material in class and I'd like to review and practice beforehand. So this presentation goes over the future of GPU and CPU computing and programming. We're going to be looking at the different avenues of research as well as recent developments in computer processors. This presentation is going to go over quite a few bits of material, so instead of looking at the table of contents in list form, I prefer to go over it look at it in tree format. So we're going to look at 6 different topics today. We're going to look at first the GPU background. Many people aren't up to speed on the GPU programming or even realize that you can program on the GPU now. Therefore, we're going to talk about some of the advances which have recently been made in GPU programming. After that, we're going to look at some of the industries which have already started taking advantage of the computing power contained within the GPU. Those which have been taking strides towards writing programs for GPUs. After that, we're going to look at next we'll look at the future of the GPU and CPU computing. So we're going to try to figure out, will one processor end up completely dominating the other processor, or will they work equally and simultaneously together in a harmonious symbiotic relationship? The fourth topic we're going to go over are some of the various hurdles which spring up when you talk about hybrid computing. Hybrid computing is where you have both the GPU and CPU working together simultaneously on a task. And when you start talking about that, you start getting into several particular problems which we still haven't overcome as of this day completely and fully. Next, the fifth thing we'll be talking about is after we talk about the hurdles in hybrid computing, we'll then look at some of the proposed solutions to the hybrid computing hurdles. This is where we start to talk about the ongoing research into GPU, CPU computing. We'll get caught up to speed in some of the latest research being conducted in this field of study. Finally, we come to the conclusion. The conclusion has been presented in table and tree format in hopes to make the materials understandable and make an understandable conclusion and vision of the future. So there's one keynote I would like to go over before we actually get to the presentation. We will be discussing GPU and CPU programming, i.e. the hardware. This presentation speaks a lot about programming. Many times when people think about programming, they automatically think about the high level programming such as Java or C++. They think about the programming which results in software packages. When you start talking about hardware, though, you also have to think about the lower level programming languages as well. The programming of the hardware as well as the development of the programming languages themselves. So to get everyone on the same page, this is just a heads up that this presentation delves into all 3 types of programming: the hardware programming, the language development, and lower level programming, as well as the typical high level programming. So this isn't exactly the structure of how the whole process works out, but this is just a very watered down picture of the different types of programming.